right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show today is Don't Stress Over the Holidays. What I mean by don't stress over the holidays is, when you're dealing with the holidays, Thanksgiving, that's where you have to go see people. Venture out, see the people that you want to see, whoever's the youngest or whoever's the healthiest, you go see them. If they're older than you or you haven't seen them in a while, you go see them. It's best to everybody to go. I found out as I went to these people that it was just the four of us, but it was like we need to get together and start meeting in a mutual place where everybody can get to and where most of the people are at. Families, like say if you got people in Las Vegas, you all go to Las Vegas, meet up in Las Vegas, and all go to dinner at somebody's spot that has the best spot and want to do the basic cooking, and other people can bring things or whatever, but just have a spot there where they can all come and be together like back in the day when we all used to be together. It was a big event, everybody wants to come to that event, to see all the family and stuff, and it's something to work toward, but the people that are able to get around and able to go to these places need to meet up at a city or something, because my family, my daughter and her mother and them, they went to Las Vegas and my grandchildren, they met there. So it's like you could do that, and you can meet in a mutual place like Las Vegas, which is nice, especially if you have people there. But if you don't have people there, you all meet there and enjoy yourself. Just, meet in a certain place where the main people live at. Say the older people. Say the grandparents are still around. Say if your grandparents are still around, you go to their house. Preferably go to the grandparents' house and bring food. Don't expect them to cook. Bring things to their house. Already cooked. Oh, you go there and cook the turkey. You go there the night before. Fix the turkey at their house, at the grandparents' house. You can do that and make it a joyful event. Just make sure your family is together. It's a family thing. Don't think about the money when you're thinking on visiting people for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the most important holiday of the year, as far as I'm concerned, because that's family. That's when families get together, have a meal, and be thankful for what you have. See, when you go to Christmas, Christmas is mainly for the children. Christmas is mainly for the children because we know you wake up, we know that about Santa Claus, we know. So therefore we know what that's about. Spending, and I say don't stress over the holidays. What I mean by that is don't spend a whole lot on the children. Spend according to what you can spend. As long as they have something, they'll be satisfied. Don't spend a whole bunch of money on them. Spend what you can. If you're the immediate parent and then you have children, well then you have to do what you have to do. But quite naturally, you're working. You've been planning all year round, knowing Christmas was coming. It was not going to be a strange thing for you. That you saved money and got a budget for Christmas so you can give presents to your children. That's the main thing on Christmas is your children. As far as you giving your sister, your brother, the grown people presents, that's all depending if they give you presents. If they give you presents and you give them presents equivalent to what they give you, see. But don't go overboard. Like somebody might, I'll speak for an example. I'll give an example for us. 30 years ago, there's a friend of mine, she gave me a shirt. It was about a $10 or $20 shirt. It wasn't that much. It wasn't even my type of shirt. I didn't even like it. It was so plain and so square. The colors weren't even bothered. But the thing about it is, I know she just got it, picked up something. There wasn't no thought to it because it wasn't nothing that it wasn't me. If you're going to do that, don't even do it. But I gave her a $200 bottle of some expensive cologne. I had money. I was doing good at the time. But I put thought. I know that's what she wanted, so I got her what she wanted. And she was a friend, not my woman. But I'm saying that's so to show you how people don't give you what you do them. That was the last time I ever did anything like that. When I did it after that. I did it again. I did it again. I'm not going to tell the story. But I did it not expecting anything. I did it to somebody that didn't have nothing. You know what I mean? And they were unfortunately, they were, like, didn't have much, and I was doing good at the time, so I gave birthday presents and things for, friends, daughters, and people that were like in their teenage years, and they wanted nice coats or wanted something like. I did it, but I was always blessed behind doing things for people because I didn't do it to expect anything back from them. I did it because I was able to do it like that. Then you do it, but as far as otherwise, like I got a sister. My birthday would come up on Christmas. She wouldn't give me nothing. I'd give her something because her birthday was on Christmas. 2 days before Christmas, so I'd always give her something nice. But I never would receive nothing. But it was okay. I didn't mind doing it, But the point is, I'm telling you not to stress over the holidays. What I mean by that is, don't do no more than you want to do. Don't do it because you think you're supposed to do it or because you're obligated. If they don't give you presents, don't give them presents. If they haven't been doing it, don't you do it. People do it, people send presents, do all that, and they don't get presents back. And they do it year after year. No, don't do it. There's a time where if they don't do it, and they ain't going to give you a present, don't do it. Don't do it because it's not obligated. That game is not in the book. It's not in the rule book. The children, they need to be a present. Kids, that's different. You give the kids something. You definitely do for the children. The kids, that's what the holiday is for. Christmas is for the kids. Grown people want to participate in, want all these elaborate gifts. No, your day is your birthday. Christmas is for the children. That's how I look at it, you understand? So I don't really be tripping off of it, But the point of it is that don't stress off of it. Don't let it be something to where it stresses you out, Because I got friends that I did things for back in the day and I learned from it, doing for them and they don't do for me, but they want you to do for them. They always expect you to do something for them, And then if you don't do it, then they want to, get upset. See, they shouldn't be upset because it's not something that you're supposed to do. And if they stress off of it, if they give you something, you don't give them nothing. And you've been giving them something in the past and they surprise you, they say, don't worry about it because you've been giving them gifts. They just have to turn over this time and decide to give you something. They hadn't been doing it. You understand? So if you've been giving them gifts, say, for year in and year out, and then this year you don't give them nothing because you got things to do. You got a new life. You got somebody new in your life and you're trying to travel. You're trying to spend money on you. You're trying to live your best life. Then don't feel bad about it because they haven't been doing for you. You did for them because you didn't have no, you weren't taking care of yourself as much as you should have because you didn't have someone to encourage you and inspire you. To be your best self. Now that you have someone that's encouraging and inspired to be your best self, well then you be your best self. Don't worry about the rest. Because your whole life you've been giving gifts. You've been giving people money, even people on the street that you didn't even know you giving them money. No, it's time now is to take care of you. You understand? You in your late 60s. You know what I mean? Your king is in his 70s. Or he's 70. And you got to live your life, your best life. You got to travel. And be your best self. You know what I mean? Like me, myself, I'm traveling. I'm going. Christmas, I ain't got no plans to go see nobody because ain't nobody invited me to go there. So me and my queen, we going to L.A. and we going to have a good time. And then we going to come back. Thanksgiving, we went to my sister in Arizona. You understand me? And it was a 12-hour trip. And we enjoyed that and we did what we had to do. The point is, you live your best life. Don't worry about the other people. You know what I mean? You live your best life because you lived your whole life. You gave when you gave and you did what you did. Now it's all about you and yours. You got to think about you and yours because there was a time you did all that. It's not like you was tight all your life and then you changed. No, you gave when it was time to give. You did all the giving. There comes a time where you stop giving and you think about giving to yours, those that are given to you. Your king, your queen, you give to them, you give to each other, and make that best life for you and them. Because you guys are in your golden years. So if you're in your golden years and you want to live a golden life, then you got to do for each other, not for no one else. You got to put yourself first. Even your children, you got to put yourself before them because you raise them. You understand me? They're independent. They should be working. They should have families. They should have jobs. They should be living their life. They should not be back in your life. They should be living their life to the best of their ability. You helped them. You did what you did many a times. You don't go back to helping them anymore. If you helped them from the launch and you launched them from the past, They came back, they got a jump start, they got themselves together. And then when they got themselves together, you know, they were doing good. And then all of a sudden they lose everything. They lose their house. They lose their car. They lose their wife. Then, hey, ain't nothing you can do. They come back home. They messed up. You understand me? That's their problem. They can't come back to you and expect you to jump up, give them your car, let them run around and use your stuff. You know, yeah, you let them sleep on your couch, or you let them stay in your house if you have a house, or your bedroom. Or if you have 2 bedrooms, you let them stay in a bedroom. You let them stay at your house. But you don't go out your way like you did last time and spend money on them. Giving them money, you know, giving them your car. No, you feed them. You do feed them if they stay in there. And you do that for maybe a couple of weeks. You buy them something to eat, you know. You do that, I'll say 2 weeks, and then if they haven't got themselves together, or even made an attempt to go to work or try to make some advancements, then you stop feeding them. You stop giving them any money, and then they'll leave because they you know what I mean? You ain't doing nothing for them. You know, you letting them know, hey, you got to do something. Here you are 30 or 40 or whatever. Anytime you pass 25, or if you've been out the house and you was married and came back home, then you grown. You're independent. You know how it go. You lose your job, your car, your house, your wife, then you know they're doing something wrong. They got an addiction. They got some kind of something that they're not doing right, and they pulling themselves down. Don't let them pull you down. They can't pull you down. Don't let them pull you down with them. If they pulling themselves down, you encourage them with words, and you encourage them and tell them to go to work, go out there and look for a job, do what they do. Catch the bus or whatever they got to do, like anybody else that lose their car. You lose your car, you go get on the bus. You ain't got no Uber money, you got to get on the bus. They got to see when you fall down, they got to get to pick their own self back up. You don't make it easy on somebody that falls down, and they fall down deliberately. You know, it's different if somebody falls and they make a mistake. What I mean by make a mistake, you know, something happens where, you know, like when the pandemic came around, people needed help for whatever, because the circumstances, jobs, everything was shut down. Then you embrace them and give them a helping hand and do what you do. Right now, with opportunities wide open, and it's season where, what do you call this? Holiday season. They're hiring people left and right to get a job or whatever. They got to do what they got to do. They got to go out there and get a job and do what they got to do. They got to make it on their own, because all you're doing is enabling people that don't try to do what they do. And don't let them interfere with your life. Don't let them steal your joy. You know, if they in your house and they ain't getting up or whatever, walk around them and keep on stepping. Do what you, don't let them stop you from doing what you got to do. Be your best self. You know, go in your house and close your door and live your best life. And if you did, you gave them a privilege when you let them sleep on your floor or whatever you did the best you can do to help them. You know, and other than that, don't worry about it. Because I know people, you understand me, that ain't letting nobody come to their house, and they cold-blooded and everything else, and that's the way they feel. But I feel give somebody a chance. I give somebody a chance. Once or twice I give them a chance. But I'm not going to keep opening the door for them. Me, myself, I don't have nobody that I open the door for, because I've done it years ago, and I come to a point where I don't do it no more. Like I said, me and my partner, Silky, and I hope he gets well soon, because he had a stroke, man. He's not doing too well, so we're going to pray for my partner, Silky. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that we opened the door for him, and this guy was in there not hustling, not trying to make no money. We come home, he want to eat our food. Then one day I came out, went out, and came back. He's still staying home. He ain't going out trying to do nothing. Then I come back. He got my clothes on. He trying on my shirts and hats and stuff. I said, man, are you crazy? That was the last straw. Well, I put his butt out, and I've never helped nobody since then. Because I'm saying, man, you can help people, and people ain't trying to help themselves. They try to use you and abuse you. So you got to realize you got to use tough love. You got to let them know that you ain't going for nothing. That's why I'm not letting nobody steal my joy now. I'm 70 years old and I ain't open the door for nobody no more. Nobody, you understand? If it ain't my queen, it ain't my queen or her granddaughter. The rest of them, I ain't thinking about them. You know, because they old enough to take care of themselves, they ought to do their best. So that's what they better do, you understand? They better step into their own happiness. Because I'm stepping into mine, you understand? And I'm not going to let nobody steal my joy. And like I said, I'm not stressing over the holidays. I'm not trying to be extra nice. I'm being the same person I always was. As far as giving gifts, I ain't giving nobody nothing, you understand? I'm giving my queen something. I'm finding her something today. And Friday, I'm going to buy her a nice sequined dress that I seen that I know that's tough. And I'm always buying for her. It's not just the holidays all the time because I love and appreciate my queen, so I'm going to do those things. But that's what I do. I don't expect nobody to do what I do. That's what I do, you understand? And I ain't giving any and everybody else nothing because those days are over with. I'm not trying to look out for them no more. You understand? You know, and being Mr. Nice Guy, it don't pay. You know what I'm saying? Because all the people I was nice to, all the people I did good things to, they ain't doing nothing but hating, jealousy, and hate. Worried about worried about what you're doing, but hating at the same time. You know, but it's okay because I'm living my best life. I'm not worried about them. I'm living my best life. I'm happy as I ever been. You understand? And I'm getting more together because I learned. I was looking at my sister and her husband. My sister's 80, her husband's 87, and they getting around so good. They live, and they had their aches and pains. They were in their 70s. They had their hip operations. They had their knee operations, back operations. You know what I'm talking about, and all these things. Ankles and all. Had all kind of operations, and they came out on the other side. Now they like bionic. They really doing good. And that's what you want to see. That's hope for the older age. When you get in your 80s that you can, step into the better part of your life, as you go through your 70s and make it the best that you could be at that time and look for better days, you understand, as far as health-wise. You know what I mean? You got to constantly stay on the move, constantly stay on the go, because that's what, like my partner Silky, he was staying at home. He wasn't going out. He was even trying to get a big TV so he'd stay in more, and he didn't go out enough. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that causes a stroke or not, but I know that you got to stay active. I stay active every day. I get out the house, I get dressed, and I step out the door and be the best I can be every day. You know what I mean? For however long I go and where I can go, I try to stay on top of my business, though, you understand? And be the best I can be. And that's the reason why I'm saying that you have to, you understand me, do what you have to do for yourself, And that's why I say to myself that, hey, I'm going to do what I have to do, the best I can do, and keep a good attitude, and keep negativity in the people that's hating out your way. Keep the people away from you. Don't deal with them. Don't associate with them, because they going to hate on you anyway. They're going to do that because they mad because you look good, and you steady looking good, and you ain't never changed. You ain't changed as far as the way you look, you know what I mean? You keeping it. You keeping it 100. And they don't want to see you do that. No, they don't want to see you. They don't like it when you're living good and living a good life and living your best life. They don't want to see you do that because you're winning, you see. But you don't let them know. Like I said before, I put a cap on my happiness. People say, why do you do that? No, I do it because that's how I get along with the people. Because if you brag, and I see people all the time on the internet bragging and talking about how what they got flashing money and doing all that type of stuff, And like, hey, I'm going to tell you something. That ain't no good. That ain't no good, man. I'm telling you, that ain't no good. You're inviting haters when you brag on what you got and what you're doing. You're inviting haters in your life. I know this one dude was talking about everybody else, and he's bragging about the suit he had on because he don't wear it all the time. Most times you see him with T-shirts and things. He going to put a suit on and brag about his suit. Why you got to brag about it? If you wear it every day, if you got a lot of them, just do it. Don't got to talk about it. If somebody asks you about something, just say, yeah, I got it, and let it go. You ain't got to be showing people things and bragging and all that. You know what I mean? Because you ain't got nothing to prove. You might have things to prove because you're in the 60s. When I was in my 60s, I'm the same way I was now. I know silence was golden, and I kept my mouth shut. I was at the chicken place, and I didn't say a whole lot. I was talking to Fast Black and brought things out, when I was messing with him. But generally speaking, I didn't come out with all that. I kept to myself, man. I kept quiet. I don't do a whole lot of high signing talking. That's unnecessary. When I was young, we did it. When we was young, we high signed because that was part of our campaign. See, the campaign, a lot of people had, that was their campaign. High sign was what players did. That was part of their campaign. Pulling their collar, hooping and hollering. Pulling your collar, hooping and hollering. That was part of that campaign. You know, when you get older, when I got in my 50s, I stopped doing that. Because it don't look good when you're an older gentleman. You're supposed to be assured of yourself. You're supposed to be that had it, did it, done it, you know, and your reputation speaks for itself. Your reputation precedes you. So if you did it and done it, you ain't got to talk about it. You just got to just live your best life. Be the best you can be. You understand? And live your, you ain't got to talk about it, just be about it. You know? Because people that's always talking, and talking about who they are and what they are, it ain't cool. Because the haters, not to say that you care about the haters, it's just that be polished, man. Be a gentleman. You know what I mean? Be a man of integrity, pride, and dignity, and principles and purpose. You know what I'm saying? If you live like that, man, you ain't got to speak. You ain't got to say loud. The people that have the most say the less. They don't even dress. They don't even dress. But the point I'm saying is, I'm dressing because that's what I like to do. That's my forte. If you like doing something, you do it. But you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for them. Because when you do it for someone else, it don't work. I told you I had a friend that did that. And he had a few amount of suits because he really didn't like dressing. And it's another thing, buying clothes and doing things and then not wearing them. You know, my friend did that and then bam, he had a stroke. I hope he's all right. We can wear them again. But the point of it is he had all these suits he didn't wear. When he gets well, he need to wear his suits and be his best self. Because you waiting. You waiting to wear. What are you waiting for? You're 68. What are you waiting for? You're not wearing this stuff. Brand new shoes, brand new clothes. You waiting. What are you waiting for? Do it today. Put your suit on today. Go step out your car. Walk around. If you're just going to the grocery store and you have nice stuff, put it on. Because you don't know when your last day on earth is going to be. So live your best life. Wear your clothes. Be your best self. Do everything you can do. You know what I mean? Go here, go there if you can go. Just go. Don't stay at home sitting up there looking and acting like you're in jail. You know what I mean? No, don't do that. You can go. It's a free world. Get out there and live. It's not a pandemic no more. The pandemic is over with. It's not no shelter in place. Like they had a shelter in place. I mean, for months. We did that then. Don't still do it now when the pandemic is over with. Or it's almost over. Go wear your mask. Wear your mask quite naturally if you want to. Wear your mask if you want to. But don't stay at home. Get out there and do your thing. Be the best you can be. If you walk with a limp or you walk slow, still go. Still go. Don't let that hold you back. You got to be your best self, man, because, hey, you only live once. You know, you don't never win your last day. When you get older you get, the less friends you have, less people you know, and people are always leaving Earth, and you don't know why and when it's going to happen, you know. If you're lucky, you can live to be in the 80s. If you're lucky, you can live to be in the 70s. If you're lucky, you can live to be in the 60s. People are leaving at different ages. It don't mean anything how old you are and how healthy you think you are, because something could be wrong with you. You know, there's another guy I know that was riding a motorcycle, and he was only 61, and he had a heart attack, bam, and passed and dead. So and he thought he was healthy as could be because he lifted weights. No, that don't mean nothing. You got to see a doctor regularly. You have to take your medicine that they give you. Don't be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm taking care of myself. I'm not taking that stuff that white people give me. No. Until you make sure you got your stuff under control, say if you got high blood pressure, you take that medicine until you get it under control, eating garlic, omega fish oils, till you get it down. Then you can leave the medicine. But you got to make sure your blood pressure and stuff is down. In other words, what you got to do then is you got to use a machine and check on it regularly. If you're not checking your stuff and you just think you're eating right and you're not taking the medicine the doctor gave you, don't do that. My mother, she went 20 years, she didn't take her blood pressure medicine because it hurt her head a little bit. She didn't take it. And then she had a stroke when she was in her, I think she was in her late 70s or maybe 80. Because they said she was in her 80s, 83 when she passed away. The point I'm saying is, don't do it. Don't do it. Take your medicine. Don't think you can be your own doctor. Don't think you can be your own doctor when you're not regulating and measuring your stuff. When you take something, make sure it's actually working, that it's actually lowering your blood pressure, it's actually lowering your, your different things that it's working for. So if you're diabetic, that it's lowering your blood sugar. Make sure you do that before you get off the medicine that the doctor gives you. And go regularly to make sure the doctor's medicine is working. When you go there and go to see them regularly. So if you do that, you won't have no problem. But these people don't take the medicine. They don't see a doctor. I know people, man, Jason, the cat, he didn't see a doctor in years. He didn't see a doctor in years, and then when he had a stroke, he found out that they told him what he had to do. He was taking cocaine, doing all kind of stuff. Then he didn't do right, and didn't get a doctor, and then he ended up steady messing with that dope, and then he died. And he was 79. He could have lived in his 80s. And beyond, his genes was good, but he was abusing himself. So you cannot abuse yourself. You have to do what's right, and you'll live long and you'll live strong, but you have to do what the doctors say. And you have to be active. Be active. Look after yourself this holiday. Don't stress over the holidays. Look after yourself and yours. And let the holidays take care of themselves. When you were young, you did all that. When you raised your kids, you put presents under the tree. You did what you did. When you're young, you do that. But the older people, don't be trying to keep up with the young people because it's not good. All right, International Red, the major fashion experience. Over and out. Thank